We're standing on the east side of Church Street, and we're looking at the Tower 4 construction site. And you can see a few cement trucks lined up, and they're obviously going to be feeding concrete into the concrete pumper, which is that long armature that's taking the concrete from up on the street level, and it's pumping it down into the foundation level, which we were looking at before from the above view. And this building is going to be one of maybe perhaps the only other building built besides Freedom Tower. So we'll see what kind of progress they make on this one. If they go as fast as 7 World Trade Center, which was built comparatively quickly after 9/11, that building was completed by May 2005. May 2006 was the grand opening, but the building was built very quickly once they started building it. Hopefully there'll be a building here at the Tower 4 site. We'll see. I want to do like a chalk talk. I guess that's a little construction locker room in there where they keep their stuff. Here, let's take a walk along here. Hi, I'm standing on the corner of John Street and Broadway, the east side of Broadway, right at the corner where the Metropolitan Transit Authority Fulton Transit Hub will be built. And these guys are still working on a Friday before Memorial Day weekend. That's pretty impressive. At least they're making an effort to get something done. But as we walk a little bit along Broadway and look into the site, most of the it's still like Ground Zero, it's a hole in the ground still. But they're putting in some foundation elements, and they're making a little bit of progress. But again, it's hardly the kind of progress that you'd expect to see from such a high visibility project where so far $2 or $3 billion has been spent. But as of now, along with the World Trade Center, you look at the billions of dollars being spent, and essentially nothing's here. And it doesn't look like there's going to be anything here for at least 3 or 4 years, maybe even 5 years. They even have their own little concrete storage silo on site. That's as of right now, that's the only thing that they've built is the concrete storage silo. It's a gigantic open space, and it's got they were originally going to build a 140-foot glass dome that was going to be this like Xanadu of Lower Manhattan transportation, and instead they're going to build just like they're going to build retail stubs at Ground Zero. Instead of like this grandiose dome, they're going to build like a 50-foot structure that's going to be unremarkable, and it's going to be uninspiring, and it's going to be almost like $4 or $5 billion. And all they're really going to do is just untangle some subway lines, and but for that kind of expense, it's almost criminal. We're now approaching Chaos Corner, and they got like 10 of these pedestrian wrangling people in these like very nifty neon vests. Otherwise, during rush hour, which is just about starting because it's Friday on Memorial Day, those guys have to make sure that people don't go wandering out into the bus traffic that comes flying up Church Street. Well, here's a picture of the Calatrava station, and that picture is an early one, and unfortunately that picture does not represent present reality, because the structure of the station has changed so much. The design and the structure of the station has changed from that. It's been modified where they really haven't put out a new design of what it's really going to look like at all. So that's an example of a couple of $3 or $4 billion, and they don't even know what the final product is going to look like yet. And then if we look at the, this unfortunately, this particular rendition doesn't have a picture of Tower 2. Tower 2 would be over here, but it's out of the picture. But that's going to be the Freedom Tower, and you know that. And as we walk down here, we'll see what kind of progress they've made. But let's try this. I think there's a better rendition ahead. See, these are the towers. This is supposed to be Tower 2, looking eastwards towards the former New York World building with the two cupolas. That view actually, if you pan the camera this way, that view actually looks that way, but from a little bit further south. But that particular rendition is the ground floors of Tower 2, which may not be built right now, because they may build some retail stubs.
Okay.
Then as we come across over here, this is Chaos Alley. This is supposed to be what Tower 3 will look like, the ground floors. And then this now is going to be Tower 4, which is actually being built, which we're looking at the foundation. This is going to be the ground level at Tower 4. So all in all, you know, we're looking right now at 2 towers instead of 4. And in fact, when all is said and done, there may be a new twin towers, but the 2 towers will be on diagonally opposed parts of the site. Instead of having 2 towers like you would have the World Trade Center with Freedom Tower, and you would have Tower 2 kind of right alongside each other, in effect becoming new twin towers. If you don't build Tower 2 and you only build Tower 4 on the other corner of the site opposite the Freedom Tower, then what you're going to have is a rebuilt twin towers, but it's going to be the shortest tower along with the tallest tower, and they're going to be on complete opposite sides of the site. So there'll be a huge gap between those 2 buildings that just won't look. It'll look very disorganized. It'll look like something's missing in the skyline. And yeah, what will be missing would be Tower 2 and Tower 3, which right now, it's up in the air. They don't even know if they're going to build them. And here we are arriving outside the PATH station at the intersection of VC Street, Greenwich Street, and West Broadway. And as we're looking just a little bit outside the PATH station here, that's so far the progress on the Freedom Tower. That they're actually adding steel to the Freedom Tower, you know, not at a very quick rate. They can go much faster because steel is very easy to put up. You lift it, bolt it into place, it goes up very quickly. So they're making some progress, but it's only very modest progress. They're not really trying to build that building as fast as they can at all. In fact, they're building it as slow as they can, because they are building it, but it's going very slowly. And we can look across the entire site of the East Bathtub. If you go over that edge, you go down into that vast open area that we were looking at from above. And this unfortunately right here, you might see a retail stub of 6 stories. Then about where that yellow crane is, you might see the abbreviated or the modified Calatrava PATH station, which we don't even know what it'll look like yet. And then just outside the Century 21, where Tower 3 would be, there'll be another retail stub like 6 stories high. And then finally, you see the construction going on for Tower 4, which presumably maybe in a year or 2 years, you'll see a major amount of steel rising above street level and that over there and that. But if they only build Tower 4 there, and they build Tower and the Freedom Tower here, you can see that huge gap, that huge difference that'll be between the Freedom Tower and Tower 4, and that will be just, I don't know, it'll look like the skyline's still empty for all intents and purposes. So that's been Dick Shepard at paperbacknovel.com. It's Friday before Memorial Day. There's the PATH station, and that's where I'm going right now.